On the little island. This is a whole group of little islands.
Okay.
And the iguanas didn't find enough to eat on the land, so they started going in the water and eating water things
Huh.
that grew in the water.
So they changed into being kind of swimming creatures.
Yeah. And then they'd climb up on the rock. They weren't used to the swimming. They weren't made to swim. And they'd climb up on the rocks and pant, and the sun beating down on them to get warmed up again.
Oh, wow. What year were you in the Galapagos?
I think it's 79, it says on those paintings.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, somewhere I had a page with all the different years of which, and that's missing somewhere.
Yeah, I saw it in Grandpa's room a long time ago, but I haven't
Yeah.
seen it in a long time.
No, I haven't either. And all the paintings.
Yeah,
I mean,
did you
all
see
the color slides we have?
Did you see the finches that Darwin wrote about?
Yes. The iguanas were even more noticeable. The same thing had happened to them.
Right.
And the birds that were, I know that it was the boobies that had intrigued me. They take turns staying over they lay about one egg, and then the father stays a while and he goes off and the mother stays over that egg. And you walk right by him and you could reach out and touch him, but they tell you, not to.
Yeah.
And you're only supposed to stay on the path. You don't wander off.
What
But down on the beach where the sea lions were, there was a mother sea lion and baby sea lions, and there weren't any paths we were supposed to stay in. So I had the camera that was going up to get this picture of this baby sea lion, and the mother came right over and chased me away.
Yeah, interesting.
I wasn't allowed to take her.
Her picture?
Yeah, I think I got the picture before she chased me, but she chased me away.
Hmm. So what else did you see there? You swam with the seal. You,
Oh, the bluefoot boobies intrigued me.
Blue foot? Do they really have blue feet?
Absolutely, bright blue.
Really?
Bright blue.
I didn't.
The male and the female, and they stay together, and they lay an egg, and they have a dance to, I don't know, it's a mating dance, but they stand in front, they lift up, the bottom of the foot is blue as well as the top.
Right.
And they stand there and lift it up to each other, like
The
that.
feet up. Really?
Yeah, the male and the female,
That's really cool.
like that. One time, Mary and I were in bathing suits and the swimming gear, and they had what you call it for your feet, and they were blue. So I'm standing there and going to Ernie.
That's hilarious.
Blue fitted.
Booby.
Yeah. They treat each other on that way sexually.
Right. Yeah. I got it. And how about the aren't there turtles there? Big turtle, like sea turtles?
Yeah.
Big tortoises too, right?
Yeah,
that are
tortoises.
hundreds of years old.
There's one
100 years
particular
old?
island. Each one of the islands has a different bird or animal that kind of takes over that particular island.
All right. So what are the different ones? So some of them had tortoises. Some of them had.
Yeah, I really need to almost see the films again. But the boobies intrigued me, and the iguanas.
Right. Those are memorable to you, right?
They,
And the toilets would flush. So they flush straight down. They don't swirl at all, right?
they wouldn't go down.
Yeah.
They had trouble making them go down on the boat.
Right.
This was a very old boat. They didn't have any real tours. You had to book 2 years ahead. I mean, we had it through an agent. But if you went down and tried to go on your own down in the Galapagos, it'd take you 2 years to get out of
Right.
on a
The
boat
waiting
and
list.
see them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, Now I think they have some bigger ones, but I don't think they're still allowed. They go around the outside edge. I don't think they're allowed.
Right. And I think they still limit the number of people, I think.
Yeah. I think.
So Thailand was pretty neat with all the glass in the tiles, you said?
Yeah.
And then the
And the
Galapagos
silk of the factory.
and the silk.
It would turn. They had these canal kind of things, probably 4 foot wide and maybe 4. I don't know how deep they were, going down through the center of town, and they changed the color change was what the factories were dyeing the silks that time.
So do they silk printing? How do they get silk to be multiple different colors? Do they stamp it on with a bunch of? Do you know?
They dyed it, but they had real gold threads in it,
Really?
and the gold threads don't pick up any dye because they're real gold.
Oh yeah.
So it's quite expensive.
Wow.
Even buying it right there, it is expensive.
All right. Did you buy one?
Yeah.
You still have it?
I made it into a gown.
Really?
Oh, there's a picture of it in the house. I made it like an Indian sari, and I had a trail that came off the side so I could put it up over my head like a sari. It's very, very beautiful and very original. And I think this Ernie took a picture of me and was having it made into a big one for a portrait, and it got lost. So now there's only a snapshot in one of the photograph albums.
I see.
And I wore it. Governor Chafee had an inaugural ball at the State House,
Mhm.
and Ernie and I were invited, and I wore it to the ball.
Oh wow.
And it was very impressive. Gowns like that were selling $300 and $400 and $500,
Right.
and it cost me, well, $30 for the material. And when most things probably cost you $10.
Right.
It was very expensive, and Marge helped me. I designed it, and I cut it out of a bed sheet, an old bed sheet first,
Right. That was smart.
because I was afraid to cut in this expensive material. And
Right.
I was doing my own design. I had nothing to go by.
Right.
So Marge was sewing at that time, and she helped me.
Oh wow. I didn't know
She
that.
helped me. She helped fit it to me because it was absolutely beautiful.
All right. That's pretty neat.
I didn't realize how outstanding it was at the time. That it was probably the most beautiful original gown at that ball.
Oh.
And I didn't realize it. Governor Chafee told me how beautiful it was, but I thought he was just being polite.
Right. Right.
Because he's the type that would be.
Right. That's pretty neat.
But I'm sure it was outstanding,
Yeah.
and I didn't realize it.
So when you were in the South Pacific, that was, you've been all over. You've been safari in Africa, the South Pacific. I mean, when I ask you, what's your favorite vacation, they're all so different. I mean,
Yeah, there wouldn't be a favorite. They're different there. I wouldn't want to say.
Right.
And that was a very nice safari at that time. It wasn't spoiled.
What countries did you go to? Was that in Kenya?
Now, in the one in Kenya what was it called? It was Nairobi. It included Egypt all the way down to the end of the.
Nairobi to Cairo or something?
Oh no, Cairo to what's the South Africa?
Cape Town.
Cape Town to Cairo it was called.
Okay.
That's it. So we went to Cape Town, South Africa, and back up to Cairo.
Wow.
Yeah. That was about a 3-week trip. Once we got out of Europe,